So since 2010, Disney's been turning some of their animated classics into live-action remakes. Some have been really good, others not so much. But lately, they have made some really good ones like Cinderella and The Jungle Book. So where does Beauty and the Beast stand? Let's talk about that. Beauty and the Beast. So, as stated, Beauty and the Beast is the newest live-action adaptation / remake added into Disney's collection, and this one basically follows a young girl named Belle, and she ends up meeting a beast in a castle. The beast was turned into a beast by an enchantress who didn't like the way he was acting, so he was turned into a beast, and Belle meets the beast in this castle, and basically the two of them start falling in love, and we have a little romance type of fantasy film. Alright, so let's talk about Beauty and the Beast, 2017. Now, in case you don't know already, Beauty and the Beast was my number 9 most anticipated film of 2017. I was really looking forward to it, mainly because Disney's been on a roll with their live-action remakes lately. I really liked Cinderella back in 2015, and I absolutely adored The Jungle Book last year. Jungle Book was my number 5 best film of 2016, and I gotta say, Disney still has it. They still have it. I absolutely love this movie. First off, the performances. Emma Watson, as most of you probably already know, I've had a huge crush on her since 2001 when she first played Hermione Granger, but she brings so much to Belle. She brings so much to this character. I never thought she could play it as well as she did, but she did it. And Dan Stevens as the Beast, he was also really good. Both of their singing voices, by the way, Dan Stevens and Emma Watson, incredible. The opening song to this movie, Emma Watson just blew me away. I didn't think she could sing as good as she did. And I gotta say, Emma Stone, you have some competition. You really have some competition. But one of my favorite characters in this movie was Gaston, played by Luke Evans. Absolutely perfect. He was so good as Gaston. He brought a lot to this character. And probably the biggest surprise, Josh Gad as LeFou. For those of you that don't know, after the movie Pixels back in 2015, yeah, I don't like talking about that movie because I freaking hate it. But yeah, after that movie, I really started to hate Josh Gad, but he did so well in this movie. I think he should just stick to Disney, because he did well as Olaf in Frozen, and he did really good again as LeFou in this movie. And not to mention, he was super funny. And also the voice actors as well. Ian McKellen as Cogsworth, Ewan McGregor as Lumiere. I didn't think he could pull off a French accent as well as he did. He was absolutely awesome, and he brought a lot of laughs as well. Also, Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts, really good. Overall, everyone just brought their A game to this movie. Kevin Kline as the father. That was another surprise, because I didn't think Kevin Kline was in that many movies anymore, but he did so good in this one. Now, let's talk about the musical numbers. As many of you probably know, I'm not the biggest fan of musicals, but I've loved a lot of Disney's musicals, and I love the musical numbers in this movie. There's even a couple added, I think, that weren't in the 1991 version of Beauty and the Beast. But I really liked all the songs, for the most part. And also, the production design. This movie needs to get an Oscar nomination for its production design, because I have not seen so many amazing set pieces since probably Rogue One, honestly. Maybe even before that, I don't know. But the production design was absolutely awesome. I thought the costume design was really good. The cinematography, really good as well. And the visuals. Wow, the visuals. Save for one thing that I'll get to in my Flossom section, the visuals were absolutely gorgeous. It was so amazing to look at. This was a beautiful movie. Beautifully shot, beautiful visuals, and a beautiful romance as well. The 1991 brought a lot to this romance. This movie, it just takes the 1991 version. It doesn't really mess with it all that much, and that's what I love so much about it. It knows that the 1991 version is basically a masterpiece, so it didn't want to change too much because it didn't want to take anything away from the 1991 version. That's why this movie is so good, because it doesn't add too much. It doesn't really take away anything. It just adds a few small things and that's it. Actually, there is one thing that I'll mention in my Flossom section that kind of disappointed me, but it's more of a nitpick. But yeah, again, I'll get to that in my Flossom section. And the best scene in this movie, some might say the ballroom scene. I really like the ballroom scene, but that's not my favorite. My favorite scene in this movie was when they sang "Be Our Guest." Wow, flying colors all over the screen. It was a spectacle to behold. And of course, the way this movie ends, yeah, absolutely awesome. Just awesome. Disney, you still have the magic. Keep doing what you're doing because it is really, really working. And another thing that they went into more detail with than they did in the 1991 version, actually there's two things. One of them is the relationship Belle had with her father. They went deep into that. Like, really deep into that. And the other part was there's a scene involving Belle and the Beast and Belle's mother. And I thought that went really well with the story. It added quite a bit actually, and I thought it was really well incorporated. But best of all, this movie shows why Disney is one of the best movie studios out there. It has so much heart and a lot of emotion. And I'll admit, I got kind of misty-eyed a few times in this movie because it is just so heartwarming. It's a fantastic family film to take your kids to see. Trust me, guys, you will love it. Now, the only real flaws I have with this movie are, one of them, the CGI of the Beast. For the most part, he was really good, but during the ballroom scene, there was like this one thing on his face that kind of stuck out to me, and it didn't really blend in too well. It's like they missed that part. And the other thing was, in the 1991 version, there is a sequence involving Chip, the little teacup, Mrs. Potts' son. And in this movie, they didn't really go into Chip's character as much as I thought they would. And yeah, so overall, I thought Chip was a bit underutilized, but really, I can't really think of anything else. Oh yeah, and one more thing I need to mention. This movie's runtime is 129 minutes, which is 45 minutes longer than the original. And there are a few things that I think could have been taken out of this movie. But other than that, that's really it. Beauty and the Beast is a fantastic addition to the collection of live-action remakes that Disney has now put together. And I think it is an absolute spectacle to behold. It is a lot of fun for the family. And overall, I had an absolute blast with it. It was a joy to watch. I absolutely love this movie. I am going to give Beauty and the Beast 2017 a 92% certified fresh rating. That is a solid A. Alright, so Beauty and the Beast 2017. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come. I am still trying to catch up on a few of them, so bear with me here. But expect reviews of Power Rangers and Life soon enough on this channel. Hopefully on this channel if I have enough time. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel once again for more reviews to come. And until the next review, once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. Peace.